3 grandchildren and soon to be 4 grandchildren in the DC Everest School District. I have a vested interest in what happens here. Good evening. I thank you for deciding to make face masks optional for the upcoming school year. This battle is not over. I sent you all an email today with a CDC study from May of 2020 stating conclusively that face masks do not stop viruses. This study alone should be sufficient to justify keeping them optional. Vaccines and COVID. There is a fact that seems to be forgotten. The survival rate of COVID for anyone under 18 is 99.998%. I'm going to repeat that, 99.998%. Why is the DC Everest School District promoting getting a COVID vaccine, and it is not a true vaccine, when the complications are greater than the risk of disease? I watched yesterday as the DC Everest football coach, Tim Strelo, pushed for everyone to get vaccinated. He is manipulating the minds of children, and you are allowing it with absolutely no informed consent or telling the downsides of this experimental gene therapy. You are using an authority figure to influence vulnerable students with no credentials or credibility other than he is a football coach. From a mom of a 14-year-old boy who got the shot, Emily Jo said when health officials push the vaccines, it's, we're all in this together. But when you follow their advice and you're injured by a vaccine, you're on your own. What they didn't explain is that mild means hospital care and follow-up care indefinitely. To sum it up nicely, so you are willing to take personal responsibility then for anything that happens as a result of someone being injected because of social pressure. From a Harvard study dated July 1st, 2021, and I have paraphrased, there are currently about 1,000 cases of myocarditis and pericarditis that have been reported after receiving the COVID vaccine. It is clear from published literature that there are adverse effects. The vaccine does not stop COVID or transmission. So I'm asking you individually to respond to the following question, and you all have my email address. What are the moral, ethical, and practical reasons for promoting an experimental gene therapy on a population that has no risk from the underlying cause? For full disclosure, I will post your responses in multiple social media sites so the DC Everest School District can decide for themselves what are your motives. You are being held accountable. Silence means there are ulterior motives. Thank you for your prompt attention to this request.